What's up, guys? I'm the Book Geek, and I'm just back with some more thoughts on the season finale episode of The Walking Dead. Just a few things that I didn't mention in my little wrap up at the end of the episode once I was done reacting to it. And I'm sick. I took the day off of work today because I'm sick. My son's sick. It's all bad in here. So. If I sound a little nasally, more than usual, because I usually have a nasal voice anyway. Like, I usually sound congested all the time, but more than usual today. Anyway, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm slowly transforming this channel into a channel that's about both books and movies and TV shows, since I love both equally. I love movies and I love books, so I decided to combine the two. So I just started doing like reaction compilation videos and whatnot, whatever. But anyway, back to The Walking Dead. I did want to talk about that I did notice that scene, that first shot that they show of Carol and Ezekiel in bed, and Ezekiel is laying facing away from her on the bed with his back to her. And she's sitting up in the bed, and the shot that they showed of Carol, that side shot that they showed of her, lined up perfectly with that cracked wall, which has to be some sort of symbolism for the way that she's feeling right now, and the things that she's going through. She is a broken woman right now. Their relationship is cracked. It's just not working out. And like I said before in my little wrap up at the end of the video, sometimes the death of a child will put a strain on a relationship and pull couples further apart instead of bringing them closer together. It was nice to see Negan's humor. Classic Negan was back. Asshole Negan. I love him. I love him so much. And the whole thing he said at the end when he was having that friendly conversation with Michonne. I think this is the first time I've seen her talk to him without such animosity in her voice. I know that she was very grateful that he helped Judith during the blizzard. So I know that had a lot to do with the manner in which she was speaking to him. But it was just nice to see, because what he said at the end, nobody ever thinks that they're the bad guy. It's actually true, because if we had started this series following Negan and his group, and then saw what Rick did coming in halfway, midway, we would have assumed that Rick was the villain. We would have thought that Rick and his group were the villains. And even though we don't start this show with Negan, I do still think that the decision that Rick made to go in and slaughter people in their sleeps was wrong. He didn't know who he was dealing with, first of all. And I think there was a better way to go about that situation. He did it as a way to eliminate this threat that the Hilltop had, as a way for them to trade with their community, give them food and medicine. But I don't think that killing people, I don't think food and medicine is worth the lives of people. Some of those people were innocent. Not all of them were monsters like who just killed people for no fucking reason. I'm pretty sure there was some innocent people in there. And so, I mean, at this point in the apocalypse, everybody has blood on their hands, so no one is really innocent. But I think you get the gist of what I'm saying. But yeah, I loved what he said there about no one ever thinks that they're the bad guys. I think that he's served his time and he should be released, because they went in and killed people in their sleep. All of them. And he took 2 of their people as sort of a punishment, as payback. So all those people versus the 2 that he took away from them. Yes, Glenn was a fan favorite, and I loved Abraham. People seem to forget that he also got his fucking head bashed in. It's always Glenn, Glenn, Glenn. But 2 versus all those men that Rick and them killed. I mean, it is what it is. If what they did wasn't right, and what he did wasn't right, both sides were equally wrong. And no one can say that somebody is a monster. I mean, Alpha is a whole different story, though. She cuts heads off of people for no fucking reason. Nobody can fucking challenge her. She sparks fear in her own people. There's a scene that was in that episode when they captured Henry and she beheaded that woman. During that whole mutiny type of scene, there's a scene where all her people are looking down. No one looks at her in the face. They're all looking down at the ground. And when she turns her back on the group, because everybody was like surrounding them when she was confronting that couple about them scheming in the woods, when she turned her back to the crowd that was gathering around her, that's when they looked up. They don't ever look her in the face. When she turns her back, they look up. And they all looked up at once. And I thought that was so fucking interesting because it gives us a lot of insight into the way that she leads. She leads through fear. She leads through abuse. There's a word for a type of leader like that. And for the life of me, I can't think of it right now. But a ruler who rules through fear is a certain type of name for it. Look it up. I have to look it up later. But she's a whole different type of person. She's a totally different villain than Negan. But yeah, getting back to Negan's humor, it was nice to see. It was a nice little touch, comedic type of relief after last week's episode that we needed to wrap up this season. We needed at this episode. Daryl and Ezekiel's chat out in the woods. Carol knew that he was up to something when he said, we'll catch up or whatever. He sent them away and he went off with Daryl. And a lot of people are thinking that even I said that, is he trying to push Daryl away from Carol? I don't think it's a jealousy thing, though. After rewatching that scene, I think it was more of a Lydia thing. I think he was kind of like insinuating that it would be easier if it was just us and not Lydia. And trying to convince Daryl to take Lydia away so that Carol and Ezekiel wouldn't have this walking, talking reminder of this person who caused their son's death in a lot of ways. I think Lydia is just a walking, talking reminder of Henry. And even Carol says that when she's talking to when she's talking to Daryl during their walk, that every time she looks at Lydia, all she sees is Henry. So Lydia is this walking, talking reminder of the son that she lost, that was butchered and taken away from her. And I think that's what Ezekiel was trying to get at. I don't think it was a jealousy thing. He knows how close Daryl and Carol's relationship is. He knows the type of bond that they have. I don't think he necessarily wants Daryl to leave Carol. I think he wants Lydia out of sight. And I think he wants, Daryl has sort of taken on this, not yet, but it seems like that's what we're leading to. Daryl taking on this sort of father figure role with Lydia, and I'm sure people have noticed that he stands up for her. He takes care of her, and so I think that's why he approached Daryl with the whole notion of, it'd be easier if it was just us. If you could just take Lydia away from us right now, because we cannot deal with her right now. We don't want to look at her every fucking day knowing that she is the cause of what's happened to our son. I think that's what he was trying to get at. I don't think it was a jealousy thing. And Daryl tried to hide it from Carol, but Carol knew something was up. I only got a few minutes left, so I'm going to wrap this up. I just wanted to mention Rosita's baby bump. Oh my God. It's been a few months. She is showing. The radio is working, it seems like. It seems like Eugene has perfected a way for the communities to talk to one another. Sort of like we don't have telephones anymore, so now we got to go back to using radios. That's fucking awesome. The whole thing about the kingdom falling, and it just seems like the king has lost so much. He lost Henry. He lost the kingdom, the physical place of the kingdom. And he lost Carol. And the reason why I say the physical place of the kingdom is because home is really where the heart is. You might have lost the buildings, the community, but you didn't lose the people of that community. You didn't lose this family and this unity that you've helped build and create with all these people. So you might have to leave that place, but you can uproot and move to another place, and you can call that place the kingdom. It's really the people that make the place, that make up the place. It's the people that make up the kingdom. So I understand that it seems like, you know, when they was closing those doors, it was like closing a chapter of a book, and it seems like he's lost so much. They've all lost so much, but home is really where the heart is. So yeah, the kingdom fell, but the kingdom lives on as well. And Carol giving Ezekiel back the ring. I don't know if that's going to be permanent. I think so, because like I said before, she has a habit of pushing people away when she's going through something traumatic. And she just runs away and pushes people away. And Carol offering Lydia her hand when Lydia was saying, just kill me, just kill me. She's got to be dealing with a lot of guilt as well. This can't be easy for her as well. A lot of people are blaming her, like Alden was coming down hard on her, and I'm glad Daryl spoke up in her defense. She's a victim as well. And the fact that Carol even offered her hand lets me know that she's not fully gone yet. Because I thought that she would be taking some stuff out on Lydia, but she still has her heart, and she knows who's to blame here. She's a better person than me, because I would be blaming Lydia as well, deep down inside. But she is just a child, and I thought that was a big moment. I think it's gonna be Carol and Lydia and Daryl and Dog, and they're gonna help protect Lydia and like build these mother and father figures around her that she never had with her own mother or father. All right, guys, that's it. I'm just gonna wrap that up. It was a light episode. I'm glad we didn't have any major deaths. I was worried for Ezekiel. I thought that somebody was gonna get bit or fall through the ice, or I just was thinking all kind of crazy stuff. But I'm glad that this episode was a little bit more mellow compared to last week's episode, which was totally fucking devastating. And I just cannot wait until the trailer comes out for season 10. I have seen the trailer for Fear the Walking Dead. I should have reacted to that one, because when I saw Daniel Salazar, I was fucking screaming. I'm so excited he's back, and I heard Troy might be back, and Dwight's there. I'm looking forward to Fear the Walking Dead. This season, it looks very Western. Looks like a Western movie. I'm excited for it, and I love Alicia. Oh my God, fucking Daniel's back. Anyway, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications so you know every time I post a video. Comment down below. And I will talk to you guys another time. Bye.